This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
This is your first look at sports. I'm Jonathan Benson. Todd Isaacs was one of 3 Bahamians selected over the weekend in the Major League Baseball first-year player draft. Isaacs went in the 22nd round to the Toronto Blue Jays, and he spoke about what went through his mind when he got the news.
I was sitting on the floor at my aunt's house. We were talking about going for food as soon as we heard my name called, and as soon as we said that, my name was called. It was surprising because usually they give us a phone call before, give us a heads up, but it was right out the blue, and I was caught completely off guard, but I'm happy with who selected me.
It's been more than 2 weeks now since the Bahamas hosted the inaugural IAAF World Relays. Sports Minister Dr. Daniel Johnson is still boasting about its success, and he looks forward to pulling off a similar event come next year.
It was basically a flawless production. I think on our end, we can do some more merchandising now that we see the fervor about the event. We think the merchandising could be beefed up, and we have some clever ideas for that. So the young entrepreneurs, the creative artists, people in the food and art and entertainment industry could be more involved. We are finalizing everything this week, and in July I'll be traveling to meet with them because we are actually trying to see if we can make a multi-year deal for the IAAF. But certainly we are preparing ourselves for next year. The final letter comes in at the end of the month.
The Bahamas Volleyball Federation is very impressed with the strides our men's national team has made over the past couple of years, and President Joe Smith says despite not advancing to the World Championships, their performance last month in Puerto Rico has to be commended.
I think it was a very big step. We were bronze medalists at the 3rd round. It was overshadowed by the Golden Knights, who won the silver medal in the IAAF World Relays. But we won a bronze medal. We have placed 6th in the world in the Nausicaa region, and we are 39th in the world overall, which is number 1 in the English-speaking Caribbean nation. So we are poised for greatness. We have just qualified for the CAC in November. So volleyball is on the move in the men's section. We're just trying to get our ladies up to par.
Despite 2 other regattas going on over the holiday weekend, South Andres was able to hold its own. The Reverend Dr. Philip McPhee saw his ASU draw at WG Thunderbird cart away with the overall title, but he admits it wasn't easy.
I have an outstanding boat. I have a good sponsor, I have a good crew. As you know, my crew don't usually come every time I want them, and I have to go and just about ask anybody because none of the guys on Thunderbird are regular crew besides my nephew D'Angelo, and he's just learning. So every time I go to a regatta, I have to bring somebody new. But my love is sailing, and so if it means that I have just to bring a scrap crew to sail, I'll do that because it's a part of my whole life, sailing from my dad's time.
Now, this year's South Andres Regatta had a new president at the helm in Tracy Knowles, and Rev says he did a remarkable job.
I must say he's a young man who listened, and then he's a minister, he's a godly person, he's fair, he's open-minded, he's passionate about what he does, his word is what it means a lot. And I think he's going to bring a new flavor to South Andres in terms of leadership here, and I look forward to working with him in the future. As you're well aware, I'm representing my minister here in the capacity as consultant to regattas, and I know he has a lot on his hands, and he's bringing me a whole lot for me to deal with from Long Island. But I want him to know this has been the best regatta in South Andres that I've been to, and I'm certainly glad that he allowed me to come so I can participate not only in sailing but also to meet people and to see the excitement in the eyes of the people of South Andres.
The Junior Baseball League of Nassau is moving full steam ahead with its girls softball program under the leadership of Stephen Bishop Beneby, but more help and assistance is needed from the Bahamas Softball Federation.
I tried to speak with the president of the federation and let him know that when these girls finish at JBLN, they have nowhere else to go except NPSA. Those who don't go off to school, even the girls who go off to school, they come back and they play in NPSA. He hasn't bought on to it as yet. But the thing is that if you go down to NPSA, all the young talents you see playing, 95% of that talent came out of JBLN. So it goes to show you that we are progressing.
And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.